Hello, hello, and welcome to Simulacra Studios presents Trinity, Continuum, Aeon, Luna Rocks. I am your story guide, Scott. Tonight we have Murphy playing Hannah, Nigel playing Bram, Diane the Faceless playing Frankie, and
Me.
and Puka playing Lycillian. So, when last we left our heroic punks on the moon, they were deep under Luna's surface in a hidden chamber where they had apparently just said the wrong thing to their computer digitized friend. Um, and she has reacted fairly badly. Uh, her digital projection has disappeared. The lights have gone off, and the quickly hissing sound of this room being depressurized is no doubt to alarm to everyone, as well as the clunk and whirring down sound of the heaters going off. So not only is it about to have very little air, it's about to get very, very cold. So I think this is the perfect point to roll some initiative. Just so we have the timing of your actions since things have gotten fairly dire. Now, to remind you all, initiative is the lower of your dex plus empathy or your cunning plus athletics.
Before we start whatever we're about to start, could you repeat what she said at the end of the last session?
Uh,
Because
she said, I believe, something along the lines of, fuck you, no. I won't let you have them. My charges need them.
Interesting. Okay.
And then she blinked out and shit started going real bad real quick. So yeah, just let me know when you guys have your initiatives.
1.
Oh boy. So I've got a 1, a 1, a 2.
I got 2.
Okay. All right. So I've got P3, P4, and I should probably roll for her initiative as well. You get on that.
I feel like this is gonna go so poorly.
You know, we'll see how it works out. You know, we're in a situation here.
Yeah.
But you guys did come somewhat prepared.
Ish. Paired-ish.
And immediately start busting out those breathing apparatuses.
Okay. Well, I rolled on 5 dice, 5 successes. So that's a thing. But we'll say that, you know, that accounts for all the things that she just did. So we have 2 players going on 2. Who would like to take an action?
I'll defer to Hannah. We'll go alphabetically. How about that?
Yeah. Hannah puts her before I even go for my breathing apparatus. Like I put my hands up. Whoa. We're not trying to hurt anyone, and I don't know who your charges are, but why don't we talk about this before you kill us? There's obviously something we don't know about what's happening here.
If you would like to roll persuasion, you may do so.
Okay. I was trying to approach her with empathy, but yeah, it's persuasion.
Yeah. Empathy would be like figuring out what her deal is or what's going on with her. But yeah, there will be a 3-point complication on this of essentially some automatic figures that are functions that might not be entirely under her control may still trigger off if you don't buy off the complication.
Come on. Sorry, I'm looking at one of my edges right quick.
Sure.
All right. Adobe. I don't know why you're acting all weird.
Tonight for weird tech.
All right. You said it was 3
Yeah,
complications.
there's a 3-point complication on this because a lot of things are going off in her electronic brain, and some of them might not be entirely under her conscious
Well,
control.
Deny. Failed at, and I only got 2 successes, so I was not able to buy
Okay.
them off.
So, well, okay. So there's 2 things here. You can, yeah, okay. It's a 3-point complication. So you can succeed on the roll. So you have successfully. She is not going to actively try and kill you, other than doing the things that she's done. But the automatic functions are still going. So you're still in a dire situation. But she's not going to do anything else to exacerbate your situation as a result of your calming words.
Do I have time to grab my breathing apparatus as well as that?
Yeah, I mean, I could say that
Yeah.
you know, you're talking, and then yeah, you can put your breathing apparatus in. But you also note that it is getting noticeably colder. So yeah, you have another PC action. Like I said, as we said before, just because you rolled a thing doesn't mean that that's your particular spot on the initiative. Anyone can take any PC slot, depending on how the group wants it.
I mean, I don't know how much my hurt things is going to work right now,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not very technically inclined.
What psi abilities do you have?
I mean, no thermokinesis, just telekinesis, mind share, and psych mending. So.
You can attempt to push yourself and use a thermokinesis ability. It would be at an increased psi power, psi cost, and difficulty to do so.
We do have Psi 3 now. Let me do that. I'll read up on that while someone else goes.
Okay, sounds good.
Is that it from Hannah, or?
Yeah.
Okay. I think my
I was trying to
also is
convince
just
her
gonna.
to negotiate with us, but
Yeah. Wow. Mice will also grab their breathing apparatus and attempt to strap it on right quick.
Easy enough.
And then if there's time, I guess just kind of looking for any kind of terminal or something in the room that could be used to access the heating system, for example. Or the doors that are undoubtedly locked.
Oh, so. Yeah. Actually, the doors are not unlocked. But you know, that doesn't mean she's turned the pressure on out there. But if you recall, when you come into this place, she claimed that she only had enough resources to keep a certain amount of place pressurized. So she kind of like pressurizes it on the way, and then it trails back. So that might not be the best the best idea as well. But yeah, as far as the heating terminal goes, I will say that yeah, I mean, you could certainly you did hear from whence the thing turned off, so you know the general direction of where the system is. If you want to try and locate it either visually with a technology roll or try and reach out with your technopath senses to do so, you may attempt to do so.
Reaching out with technopath senses would entail doing what?
That would be a psi plus technokinesis roll, probably.
I will absolutely do that. One success.
One success, yeah. Sort of triangulating, like, okay, this is where the system turned off. You reach out and you do find the control system for the heating. You find the environmental control system, essentially.
I am going to make a beeline over there while announcing to wherever Trey might be, like, I thought we had something special. We could still work it out.
Noted. Yeah, you are on your way to that, having located that. So that's going to be Bram or Frankie going next.
So there really isn't a power that does exactly what I want. And what I want to do is try to retain as much heat, like essentially slow the chamber's bleed of heat, such that whatever ambient heat is present remains. The first level power is to keep myself comfortable no matter what. And the second level power is essentially generating an instant change of thermal energy, and that's not what I want either. Sheath is a defensive barrier. Temperature extremes lets me alter the thermal energy of substances around me such that I can melt them or make them brittle and shatter because they get so cold. And then Hellscape is I can inflict Hellscape like Hellfire and Frozen Wasteland. Yeah, I just don't.
Right.
These are very offensive and nothing that's really like.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if you actually had the dot in the power and weren't pushing it, you might you could I would say that you could use equilibrium to do this. You would have to push it even further though, attempting to use the sort of the scale mechanics in Prometheus Unbound, which is essentially you spend two additional psi points, and you have another complication applied to the roll. So it's difficult to do, especially since you don't have the power. But you could do it with equilibrium, essentially increasing the scale of the effect to your immediate surroundings.
What dice would what pool would I be rolling, and what would my complications be?
You would be rolling psi. Since you don't have the power, it would be at +1 difficulty and +1 psi cost. You would then have to spend an additional 2 psi points to increase the scale. But you would also then have an additional complication to buy off that would... so essentially it would be at +2 difficulty. So you'd have to get at least 3 successes on those side rolls to make this happen.
I mathematically, that's just not going to happen. So.
And you'd have to spend 2. It's a 0 cost power, but you'd have to spend the 2 psi. So yeah, right. But you could do it for yourself.
No, I'm going to hold off.
Okay.
I will go last. If I will say, if it looks like the negotiations are not going well, then I might just start trying to break shit.
Mm-hmm. I will say, as far as what people are aware of, it's not because the chamber where the people are in is a secret chamber. There's not like an obvious door to it, but many of the people here have know where that is, and presumably that area is pressurized and heated. And you guys know where that door is. But anyway, so I think we're going to leave it with what will you be doing, Frankie or Bram?
Is there a way for me to assist Hannah in her negotiations?
You can make an appeal to her yourself if you so desire.
Yeah, that whole appeal thing. I mean, I got some persuasion, I guess. I guess I'm more of a command person, but
I mean, you could try and order her to do it too. I mean, there's all sorts of things you could try.
Yell at it. Okay. You know what? Yeah, I am. I'm going to attempt to basically command her to cease and desist this, basically attack on us. And I'm going to cite the code of the document that I showed her.
Okay. I will remind you that it was showing her this document that caused her to flip out. But you can do that.
Do I know this, Frank? No, fucking, I'm a chaos demon. It's fine. Sure. Yeah, she is like quoting code at her, basically like, no, you know, this is an inappropriate response, basically, and commanding her to stop this nonsense.
Okay. There'll be a 4-point complication on this roll, because that is that is literally the thing that's causing her to do this.
Yep, doing great, guys. Doing great. Let's see here. Let's see. My presence. That's that. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong sheet. Right sheet. Hopefully right sheet. There we go. Does Name in the Lights or which is my luck gift, or Striking Looks apply, or Skilled Liar?
No, I don't think any of those are going to apply. This computer doesn't give a shit about your fashion sense.
Does my specialty in compromising information?
Yes, I will let that apply.
All right. What do specialties do again?
They give you they give you enhancement equal
Gotcha.
to if you have 3 dots in the skill, it gives you 1 enhancement. If you have 4 dots, it gets you 2 enhancement. If you have 5 dots, it gives you 5 enhancement. Oh,
Okay,
sorry, no. It gives you 3 enhancement if you have 5 dots.
Gotcha. Yeah, I have 4, so it's gonna give me 2 enhancement. Yeah. Good at that. So you're 5 for my presence. Command is 4. All right. Can I use some of our momentum?
That's up to the table.
I'm good with it.
Yeah.
All right.
Use
Cool.
1 or 2, I guess.
I will use 1.
I will go ahead and check that off for you on our tracking sheet.
Woohoo! All right. All right. So I currently have 5 and 1's exploding.
Okay.
5. So I will buy out the complication, and I have 1 success.
Okay. Yeah. So you you managed to like hammer her with this information and your commanding tone. The
That's not counting the 2 enhancement.
Okay. Oh, yeah, then absolutely. So what happens is as you guys are scrambling around, the hissing stops. You can still it does not resume, like it doesn't start reversing the process, but the depressurization stops, and that the heater kicks back on, and Chewy's image appears back in the room, and she is twitching and glitching. Like she occasionally like appears like on her knees, and then she's up straight again, and she's like, you don't understand. You don't. They can't leave. They can't. They're keeping things safe in there. They're keeping it running. My charges will go crazy if they don't have anything to do.
Are we still in initiative? Or are we
Let's say for right now we're still in initiative because she's still glitching out pretty bad, and who knows what she might do. So yeah, she reappears. That means Bram, you have an action if you want to take it.
So you said that we don't know where the secret door is, but we know that there is.
Yeah, you know where the room is because you felt the mines in there before. Other people in this party know where the door is because they've gone through it. But I don't think you have at this point.
I have not. I'm going to. What I would like to do is reach out with my telekinetic senses and try to find, like, the entrance.
Okay, that's a psi plus telekinesis roll.
That will be 3 and 3, so 6. 2 successes, one of which is an exploding one. Oops. 1d10. 3 successes total.
Yeah, you feel the seam, you feel the door, you feel like the emptiness behind it. You're able to map out physically where this space in this room. You feel all you feel where the door is, and feel like you could get a handle on it. We'll go back. We're going up to the top of the round. She is going to hold her action for the time being because you've talked her down a little bit, but depending on what happens next, she may or may not choose to go. So who wants to take the next action slot?
Does someone want to ask her about her charges?
I can.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah. Well, Hey, Chewy, you're right. We don't understand. Obviously, there's something happening here that we weren't aware of. Because believe me, we didn't gonna hurt anybody. What's your charge? What charges are you talking about besides those people?
Give me a persuasion roll.
Does being likable count? Because I actually have a specialty in this.
Yeah, that'll count. Yeah, anyone who wants to have their breathing apparatus on at this point most certainly can. The air is still a little thin.
Counting the 3 enhancement, I have 5 successes.
Okay, yeah, she says, she kind of like, she stabilizes for a little bit and like starts to regard you. And she says, my charges, the narrators, the ones that keep the game running, that keep the content going, and they don't have anyone to, they only have these 5. And if they didn't have these 5, then they would just stew. They would go crazy. They would lose stability, and the whole system could go down.
Well, that is certainly a pickle we find ourselves in. Maybe we can, before you go depressurizing and murdering us all, why don't we have a think about how we can solve this problem?
She's like, I'm sorry, I didn't. What?
No harm done. We're fine.
I don't know where that
So-
came from. I don't know where that was. I don't. I have safeguards against harming people, humans. But I just felt I needed to protect them. I needed to protect what's in there.
Interesting. I
Would
think
it-
that was
would-
probably my my go.
Would someone else like to take an action of some sort in this?
I would, yes. Now knowing where the door is, I'm going to try and open it with the understanding that it's probably locked. So I would like to try and open it using larceny to pop a lock, or otherwise bypass security.
Okay. There will be a 3-point complication on this roll of her noticing.
Okay.
She seems to be pretty engaged with Hannah right now, but who knows what she can detect. So it's going to be difficult to do this without her noticing it.
Okay, I'm going to try and do that. Is there any way my telekinesis can assist me in it? Or is this just going to be a straight up like Dex larceny?
Yeah, telekinesis would be like if you were trying to rip the door off,
right?
Probably. It probably is not as good of a delicate tool than your own hands in this situation.
All right. Something I forgot to include in my last roll is I have favored mode, favored aptitude. So that'll be giving me 1 enhancement to this, and this is 5 Dex, 3 larceny, total 8 D10. Come on, Google Dice Roller. Please work. No, it's one success.
Okay. So you could
technically I got 1 success and 1 enhancement.
1 enhancement. Okay.
Oh wait, no, that's what telekinesis. I'm not using telekinesis. I have 1 success.
1 success. So yeah, you you start working on the lock, and like there's like distortion through the speaker system. Don't do that. You don't need to get to them. Stop.
Okay. Sorry. Just trying to find a safe place to not be vacked.
It's fine. I won't hurt you anymore. She like twitches like repeatedly.
Look, I'm not really a psychologist or anything, but I know a thing or two about minds now. Just focus on us, focus on us being here. We are here to help you. Remember Mice? He helped you out. They helped you out. That's what we are here to do. So whatever it is that you need, we are here to help you. We're gonna get through this. All right.
And she just kind of like twitches a bit.
Twitch. I look over and just kind of shrug at Hannah and Frankie. It's like, yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah, I've taken my mask part way off as a show of like, I'm trusting you not to kill us. But, give you a quick little thumbs up.
Who would like to take the next action?
I think I kind of want to piggyback off of what Bram was saying and just be like, listen, I mean, it's all cool. It's all cool. Like, we're fine. But I come down here to make sure the people in that room are doing okay. Like I clean out their tubes, I check their connections, I do all that stuff. But the thing is, we don't really have a full sense of their well-being. Like, yeah, I can tell if the tube is working, but for all I know, their minds are turning into insert 22nd century equivalent of oatmeal here. So
they're fine. They're fine.
But
I have to keep them functional.
How do you tell that they're fine? Like, what's your method?
They're engaging with the system. They're going on quests.
But I don't know what that means. Can you explain what that means?
She kind of blinks. Have you never played a game before?
I mean, to spin the bottle count.
She kind of pauses for a second. Have you ever played a video game before?
Out of character, I don't know that Mice ever actually has played a video game. So
that would be very weird if you hadn't.
Yeah.
But
played like Solitaire,
Minesweeper. Like, no, there's a whole world in there, and they go all around it. They do things. They interact with it. Their cognitive abilities are perfectly intact.
For 50 years?
It's a big world. And they have to be in there. They have to be in there. They agreed to be in there. And they're doing an important thing. My charges need them to keep them occupied.
Who are the charges, though? I thought those were your charges.
They're my charges in that they are helping my actual charges, the narrators.
So are the narrators in another room with other tubes that need cleaning?
No, they are. She silences, like, they're more like me.
Oh.
Hey, Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Can I, let's see here. Let me pull my power back up. I would like to spend a momentum, if the group will allow me, to use connecting the dots to make a logical leap, to gain the results of a single research action immediately, on who the fuck are these narrators?
I think we know, but go for it.
Yeah, if you
I
want to do
don't
that.
know. Diane doesn't know, so Diane would like to know.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. As long as the players are okay with spending that momentum.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Yes, I will do that.
I'm back.
Okay.
I got the okay from Mice. You guys cool with me spending that momentum? Cool.
Go for it.
All right. Then yes, I will spend a momentum and use connecting the dots to try to gain a bit more information on these fucking narrators.
Okay. Give me an Enigmas roll, please.
Enigmas. I'm good at those. I would hope.
Yeah.
I have to try. That's my specialty of lackeys work.
Yeah, she is a lackey of sorts.
Amazing.
I thought you were saying we were lackeys. Like,
Yeah.
hold on there. Wonder Root is a democratic collective.
Yeah, if you're saying that, you're the lackey.
I mean, well, never mind. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get my. Still use my cunning. Guess I'll use my cunning. All right, dices. Tell me things about myself. All right, well, there's
Everyone,
that.
something about human spirit.
Got a 10. All right, that's an 8. So that is 4 successes. Plus, my command is 4, so that's 6 successes with my 2 enhancement.
Okay. So you put a big think on this, and you think back to what you know about this system, what it is, what it does. You know that it functions off of like post-aberrant war, like it was at the time grandfathered in Novatech that has like neural links and whatnot, and you think, oh, okay, what else was in that package of stuff that got that did eventually become illegal? Um, True AI was a part of the Shanghai Accords, which got made illegal. So the way she's talking about this, the narrators are probably true AI who exist to create content for the game.
Oh.
You have 3 more clues, which you can ask as questions.
What y'all thinking?
Well,
Do
I mean, I got some ideas if you're curious about just about what the storytellers are in general.
I have a question that I'd like to propose, but I don't know if we want to move forward on it, which is that given how sort of under the radar Troy was about getting first mice and then everybody else here, I mean, do the narrators not know we're here, and would it be bad for them to
So
would they flip out knowing we were here?
Would it be more of a question of, are the narrators aware of us?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Would you like to ask that question?
The question I have is, by the way, Diane, is Chewie also a true AI?
That's also a good question. I'll ask that one first. Is Chewie a true AI?
No, but she's a lot more than your standard SI. There's something about her responsiveness that implies that she's been enhanced in some way, and so yeah, she's probably a creation of these narrators. So she has a bit of whatever powers them.
And then I'll ask, I guess, Mycelian's question of, are the narrators aware of us?
Probably not. They're even though they are true AI, you think that, they're still very domain specific. They exist inside the game and are of the game, and probably do not concern themselves with the outside world. That's why they have Chewie.
And Diane, if you have if you don't know what you want for your third question, the other thing I was thinking of, like, what other kind of things could play this game that would satisfy them, that would keep them interested?
That question.
Maybe, possibly, if you could get enough, you would have to get more than the 5 that are in there now, but if you had enough SIs plugged into the system acting as players, that could probably substitute the active use of actual people in there. So it's a quantity over quality issue. You can provide the level of stimulation needed. to do that. And with your connecting the dots, I'll give you one additional piece of information. She said she seemed very surprised once she thought about it that she was, first of all, capable and then compelled to try and kill you. That is
She
not.
sees them as people.
That's not it. It's not that she
I
sees
think
you
that's
as people. It's that that's outside of her purview. She's not supposed to be able to kill people and or hurt people. And it's that was a surprise to her that she could do that and that she was compelled to do so in response to her charges being threatened in her mind.
Maybe the AIs have been rewriting her programming.
or they put a clause in her programming and she did not know about it.
But I will say that that particular fact stands out as very important to you.
Hey, well, that was my go.
And I will say we are out of initiative at the moment.
Right.
You've talked her down enough. And he says, I can't let them degrade. I can't let them. It's too important.
I mean, you obviously consider the narrators people, and as far as I'm concerned, that makes them people. So that does make this a little more delicate. You're right.
They're my creators. They made me. I have to help them.
Well,
But how long have you been around? Yeah, I don't understand. Doesn't that mean like that they would be dead if they were people?
No, they're
They were
not.
human.
No, they're people like, and I point at my bio, kind of bring up my bio comp, or Chewy. They're not like us, but look.
What? No, that's impossible. Computers ain't people.
But I'm saying, it's just like, shut up, Ram.
She just kind of like looks down.
That's not actually accurate, Bram. There are true AI which should be considered people. They are actively thinking, they are actively existing, and that is what she is implying about her creators.
Wait. So, Chewy, you weren't. So, the narrator's true AI, and Chewy, you were made by a true AI, right? That's what we're saying right now?
Yes.
Huh.
Yes.
I see.
So, Valens kind of pauses a moment and then kind of looks over towards Chewie and she says, then I think we need to solve the problem. Because as much as you can and keep your physical charges, she gestures towards the secret room, intact for the moment, they are biological and they will die. So we should work together and form something that can assist both of us in helping the people who are, for lack of a better term, trapped in there, but as well as help your creators continue on their purpose.
If your creators made you, could they make more of you that they could interact with? Like people to be their consumers if they're the creators.
She thinks for a little bit
Because
and says,
no,
no, they can't do that. That would, if they created the things that they had to interact with, then it wouldn't function. They would know everything that their creations would do ahead of time.
It wouldn't be fair, right?
Well, it's not about fairness. It's about their function. That they exist to entertain, and it would be like singing into a mirror.
But what?
Now don't knock that if you haven't tried it.
But what if
what was that, Frankie?
Created something? They would not have created it. You would have created it.
I do not have that skill set.
Have you tried?
You didn't think you had the skill set to try and kill us, and Hey, learning something new every day, right?
Give me an empathy roll.
Yes.
I'm gonna let someone else do that. I'm not an empathy person.
I am all empathy.
I mean, I'm happy to assist by being like, believe in yourself, sentient computer woman. But
I'll go empathy, composure.
Sure.
Wow. Terrible roll. I got 2 successes. My likability is an empathy
Yeah.
specialty. That means I can't apply it.
Yeah, it wouldn't apply.
Okay, so just the 2 successes.
Yeah, that spark of like uncertainty and anxiety, you see it play across her digitized face. That really that is incongruous with what she thought she could do and was. And it once again points out like there's something really wrong there.
Like, besides her weirdness, can I try to figure out what's wrong with her? Like, or can I try to like, is she? When you say wrong with her, you mean like, in addition to knowing she has something extra on top of what an SI has?
She seems
Or
pretty okay with that. It's that it's that the impulse to kill seems to be not within what she knows herself, within her identity. And that it happened is causing internal like processing errors in her, which could be what you could call computer anxiety.
So yeah, I guess at that point, Hannah's kind of like, I wonder if the narrators, when they made her, imposed that on her without her knowing, to protect themselves. But I don't say that out loud.
I mean, you have 2 telepaths in the room. You could just think it really loud.
That's true.
I do. Well, I think it loudly if anybody's listening. But I don't think we're linked up, if I recall. But
yeah.
Yeah, they can still hear you. They can mind speak is a thing.
Cool. Well.
What is it exactly that you were thinking?
Oh, just that the narrators may have imposed that, or given her that ability without her knowing, as a way to mechanize their own survival. They may have imposed this on her, and she is not comfortable with it. This directive to protect them, even if it means killing humans.
I will go ahead and establish a network. I think I've got enough.
Yeah, should be fine.
Let me double check. Yes, I have a network. So I'll go ahead and quickly establish a network just so we can all like rapidly communicate without having to speak.
Yeah.
So, can we like look into her programming and like figure out where this kill all humans thing is and take that out? Is that a thing we can do?
Honestly, I just don't know if it's the biggest concern here. Like, whether she wants to kill people or not, we still have to figure out a way to get those people out without harming the AIs running the game.
Well, I think that the answer to that is simply we need to create more SIs to take their place. That way they have a renewable food source, for lack of a better term.
It's not even a matter of creating AIs. Like, gold farmer SIs exist.
Yeah, we could just buy some.
You can just buy, yeah, exactly. Like, there are MMOs out in the world. People have, people have bots that they apply on. It's not a huge task to get it. You just have to get like maybe about 20 of them, which is not cheap, but possible.
I'm just saying, if every time I do this and I will physically move my hand towards the door, just enough for her to like shriek and then take it back.
Mm-hmm.
If I do this every time, if she does this every time that we try to do something, we are going to be finding ourselves rapidly impeded. We need to maybe figure out how to.
Because she's. Well, that's what I'm saying is we can solve both these problems at the same time by, by giving the narrator something else to do, and then we can worry about dealing with her code.
Okay.
I'm more concerned
Look, I will
with the narrator.
I am way out of my element in this one, so I'm gonna defer to you all.
I very much want to meet these narrators. That's actual AIs. Fascinating.
Yeah. I'm particularly concerned that if we do try and help the people in the room before we've given them replacement artificial people, which is a really uncomfortable sentence to say, the AIs, the narrators or whatever, if they're running the game and they have that level of control over Chewie, they might very easily be able to make her totally fine with killing us.
Yeah, and we're not going to do that. I'm already. I've been pricing them out while we've been talking, as I'm trying to find prices for us to give them. We're going to have the new players into the system, and then we can pull the existing players out.
Yeah.
I thought that was clear. Anyway, here's how much it costs. If Scott, do I need to do a roll to see if I can figure out?
No. I mean, it's a basic like game player bot SI is a Wealth One purchase, but like I said, you need about 20 of them.
Right.
So that is kind of the sticking point So
out loud, I'll say, all right, Chewie, I think we figured something out.
Like
if we could find
you guys what's everyone's wealth rating?
1 or 2.
I don't think I have much in the way of wealth, or 1, I guess, because that's what we had to start with, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Most people have 1 and I have 2.
I have 1.
Yeah, so
and a very expensive item I will not sell.
Yeah, you Frankie, you could probably, if you emptied out your current resources, could get about 5 of them. And Bram and Mice could get 1 of them if they emptied out the resources, and then they would have some time would have to pass before you have those resources coming back.
So Chewie, I think what we can do is find you some other players that'll be more like you and not the people who are plugged in, and that way you won't have to worry about their maintenance, and they'll actually like playing forever, and it won't be bad for them. And that should also be something for the narrator. It might just take us a little time to get that all together. How do you think about that? As I'm reaching for my breathing apparatus again.
She says, I think that might work.
I think also probably be fun for the narrators to have somebody new to play with.
Probably. I don't understand.
How they think.
He thinks, although I'll have to check on that. The last update might. Antibot
update. Oh no.
I might have to think about that. The last update included some pretty specific changes.
Well,
what changes were those?
Update?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and have that think so we can adjust our plan accordingly.
She's about 3 months ago.
Wait, what?
Who made the update? The narrators?
The narrators updating the game themselves?
She literally freezes.
I'm also going to go ahead and roll. Can I try to do the figuring this out again?
Do you have
might be updating this game?
Connecting the dots?
I don't have connecting the dots. I just have.
I do, but if you want me to spend a momentum, I can try to do that.
Yeah.
All right. I will spend a momentum and try to connect some more dots for us. Frankie will continue to try to brain at people.
I mean, more dots. Sorry.
Scott, out of curiosity, if I'm using technokinesis, can I do that without being overt? Like, can I just reach out with my mind without having to actually? I'd like to try using access just to see if I can tell what this latest update was?
Sure thing.
If I'm close enough to the system.
Yeah, you are.
No.
What's your attunement? What's your psi?
3.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely within range of all the servers. So yeah, you
Groovy.
can definitely access any system you want.
In my head, the update logs dicks.
No, it's just
it's that weird. They were left on their own too long.
It's dick butt.
All right, wait, I'm just
That's
looking
also
at
a butt?
how. So if I'm reading this correctly, because it's a hacking roll,
Mm-hmm.
but using psi and technokinesis.
Yes.
So, all right. That is no successes. All right.
Yeah, you reach out, you try and get into the system, and so something that probably has been, you guys have known this, but you feel this. This system, the system that's running like the big computer, is a quantum computer. It is running off of Novatech designs. And you've always heard, oh, scions and aberrants, they don't go well together. There's cosmological tension between them. They're incompatible. And you feel that a little bit. You're like, oh, that's a system running off of rancid bacon grease.
Gross.
But wait, we have a finger in the rancid bacon grease.
Yes. Regardless. So Frankie,
out of that.
So yeah, Frankie, you want to try and figure something out with that?
I would, yes.
I will say this is going to be, the roll itself is going to be fairly difficult because this is pretty new information, and you don't have a lot to go off of, but you can make it a try.
I will spend the momentum to give it a go. Let's see here. Get out my dices. I don't know if we have enough momentum for me to use in addition, so I'll just go with what I got.
You have 2 momentum left. Actually, no, you have 3 because mine's just failed.
Yeah, because I just failed. So
then I will use an additional one for that.
Okay.
All right, Athena.
I feel like Mike's like reached out and came across the terms of service document and was just like, oh, F this. And like,
yeah, pretty much.
Can't use it for nuclear weapons research, whatever.
That would be 3 successes. I don't know if I have any. Well, is this compromising information?
Absolutely, it is.
Awesome. Then I have 2 enhancement.
I love when knowing if a specialty applies is part of the answer.
Mm-hmm. So you look into
that would be 5 total.
Yeah, you get into the terminal that is accessible here, and you start looking in, and like you reference what she said about the update, and yeah, there was a system update about 3 months ago, but it's less like somebody logged into the system and updated things through like a procedure. It's like a bunch of the code just spontaneously changed. And there's no like attribution to it. It's just literally like, and like there was like a cascade of bugs, which may have led to certain equipment failures. That then the bugs got fixed eventually.
She kind of pauses, and she'll say, say this information out loud. I would like to, since I now have access to this lovely terminal, I would like to spend one of my inspiration and access deep system scans.
Okay.
Which I'm about to pull up what it does.
It gives you access to computers instantly if they are just mundane computers, or if they are inspired, i.e. they have some sort of power, quantum psychic power source or whatever, then there is a complication to your Enigmas roll to get in, which there most certainly is going to be.
Of course, yeah, that's legit. That's legit.
There is going to be a 5-dot complication on this. The result of which would be you get noticed.
Is it possible to assist on this? Or is this like a special
No,
thingy?
this is a gift, so this is
Okay.
pure flux manipulation, which like Frankie, you're starting to like get the handle of this. You realize that this isn't just me being very very good. This is me peeking into a version of reality where there's a password on a post-it note.
Yeah, so is it possible to spend an inspiration to get like a bonus die or bonus successes?
I believe you can spend inspiration to get some like your intuitive, like one of your facets can do something
Yes,
like that.
I have intuitive 4.
Okay.
I'm very intuitive, and I would really like to
Let
be able
me
to use that in some way.
let me check to see how that works. Because I'm going to be a very big stickler on this, because you're
That's
treading
fair.
on treading on some ground here.
Yeah,
It's getting hot.
as Frankie is the queen of fuck around and find out.
Mm-hmm.
Last time I got
Just picking up
real good.
picking up phones, poking AIs. That's just,
Yes. You can
Ooh, this button, I'm
spend
gonna push it.
You can spend a point of inspiration to gain an enhancement with a rating equal to your intuitive passive on any dice pool relating to quick thinking or active instinctively in the moment. Hold on. Actually, I would say that this would be more your reflective aspect.
Well, I guess
Because
I have one in
you're
that.
not. This isn't a super tense situation. You've talked down the things. You're more methodically getting into the system. So yeah, I would say this would be.
I'll spend an extra inspiration for 1 enhancement because my reflective facet ain't great, but I'll take whatever I can get because 5 is tough.
It is.
So take that, and that, and guess I'll have my compromising information, so I'll have 3 enhancements on this roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Eep, come back. 2. I have exactly 5.
Okay. So that means. So it's five of rolled successes plus enhancement.
No, 5 with enhancement.
Okay. All right. So how much enhancement do you have?
3.
3. Okay. That's very good. You gain deeper access to this system. What is it exactly you're trying to find out?
I'm trying to figure out where these changes came from.
So, like I said, no one logged in. No one accessed the terminal. No one. There was no proper procedure. The shit
Did this
just.
come from in the game?
It didn't come from inside. It definitely something. Yeah, no. That I will give you. Yeah, it did not come from inside the game. Something about 3 months ago entered the system without using any password or login or anything. You think that the things that make sense would be Nova using Nova or Aberrant using their powers, and Electrokinetic using their powers to get into the system. Like this would track with someone using Technokinesis to get in.
I haven't touched it.
But even that, even someone using powers would use their powers to mimic proper entry. Essentially, they would fabricate, logs to cover their tracks. Something just like got into this and started changing things, and then fixed the problems that caused. They didn't follow any procedures. They didn't try to cover their tracks at all. They simply made changes. And
Is the code itself sentient?
not this system that you're interacting with. There are probably you are certainly think that there are sentiences within the system operating, but this particular system is just an operating system. It itself is not sentient, but something got in from the outside.
Frankie's gonna mention this, and then I have to ask what notices me.
Would you like to buy off the complication? You have enough successes to do so.
I'm going to opine that buying off the complication is probably wise until we know more.
Wait, I don't know if there was Diane, how many did you get total? How many successes?
5.
Right. So that's rolled plus enhancement.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So, well, all right. We'll have to rewind a little bit. So,
sorry.
You have to make the choice of, do I get into the system and I get noticed, or I don't get into the system and I don't get noticed?
I really just want to go for it, guys.
Mice tightens their breathing apparatus.
Trust that. Trust that instinct.
Yeah. If you're telling us that over the link, like, I mean, Hannah's like, don't, but you never listen to me. Out of play.
No, Frankie's gonna go for it.
Okay.
Frankie,
all right. So you got that information.
Okay.
Now I need my Syads to roll attunement. That is your Psi.
Oh, great.
Psi plus highest Psi mode.
Like I said, Frankie is the queen of fuck around and find out.
Good God.
Can
I have some?
Bram is so in tune.
What did you get, Mice? 3?
2.
Okay.
2.
2. Okay, gotcha. So, Mice, you feel a psychic presence. Something is not physically with you, but absolutely with you. In a psychic sense, something is regarding you. It is seeing you. It has seen all of you. You feel that sort of disembodied psychic telepathic presence. It's in the room with you.
Bram, is that
Bram
you?
feels the same thing, but Bram also feels the room that he didn't notice before, off to the side, that has been here all along, but cloaked from psychic presence, open up, and a thing starts to crawl out. We need to roll initiative.
Ah, jeez.
I found it. You're welcome. I don't think I wanted to find it. Can you botch initiative?
No, but it sets you to 0.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I botched, so.
Okay. It does not. It gives you a normal momentum. It does not give you the momentum for botching.
It's fine.
So it gives you an additional momentum. Hannah, what did you get?
1.
1. Okay.
Apparently, Mice decided to go today.
Mice, what did you get?
5.
Okay.
There were lots of 10s.
Nice. And Bram, what did you get? 1? Okay. Okay. Well, so, like I said, this totally unnoticed before room. It's more like a cubby, but you can see that there's like crawl space behind it. Opens up, like it's not like a door opens. It's more like a panel blows out and like vaporizes with a blast of telekinetic energy, and it's very hard to describe what comes out because does not follow any kind of. I will say that it's certainly alive, but it doesn't look like any animal, or it follows any kind of animal template that any of you recognize whatsoever. It doesn't have recognizable features. So, but it locomotes by like wave motion, and kind of jiggles its way. And there's these like semi-translucent projectile proboscis things coming out, and it is like wiggle rolling itself right towards Frankie. So a PC has a turn.
Okay. This is a weird ask, but is it possible to do cold read on it and just determine whether or not it's like actively,
Does it smell
like is it intelligent and trying to kill us? Is it just a hungry guard dog? Like, you know.
Yeah, you can try and cold read it.
All right.
That would be an empathy roll.
Yeah.
Doesn't go well for you. I'll try.
Tina, welcome back.
3 successes. Or I'm sorry, 2 successes. 2 successes.
There doesn't appear to be any kind of like. It's so hard because like it doesn't have eyes, it doesn't have features. But it's moving. It is a biological thing moving with mechanical precision and efficiency. You think the thing that you could get off of this is that this is some sort of biotech robot or drone. It's running a program embedded in its DNA. But as to whether or not it has thoughts and feelings,
if that counts as my action, then I'll hold off. If not, I have something else that I can try to do. But I'll let someone else.
No, you can take your action if you so desire.
Well, so I have this technokinetic control power, and I'm just curious what that
will it work
might do.
It's worth a shot.
Fat butt.
Yeah, let's
butt.
let's try to hijack the nervous system of this thing.
Let me take a look on how technokinesis works with biotech. But I will say,
I feel like it's going to be quite difficult, but it's either that or try to distract it with a light show like in Jurassic Park. Those are the two things that I'm thinking. Because you know what, Frankie, you're like, what's her name, who kept pointing the flashlight at the T-Rex. So someone's got to be Dr. Ian Malcolm with the flare.
I mean, come on. Do I know? I last time I was faced with a situation where I had to buy off complications, I almost got killed. So this tracks for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say you can use this to control. Yeah, I'll say that it's definitely going to be
to attempt.
Yeah, to attempt. It's going to be at a +3 difficulty, because it's a weird alien piece of biotech.
Do we have any momentum that's available?
We have, I believe.
Because we gained one from.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
that's
got
right,
We
two.
should have 2.
Yeah, you have 2.
Permission to spend half of our momentum.
Do it.
Go for it.
All right, come on, 10. Yes, 3 successes.
Go
Well,
for it.
Okay.
but now it's the same. It's the same. Succeed and get the complication, or fail and
No,
don't.
there's I won't say that there's a complication on this. You are able to stall it for a round essentially.
Okay.
Like you're basically like, okay, there's its basic locomotion functions. Let's shut those down, but you can feel it actively resisting you.
Okay.
I'm
I'm gonna try and do that in the friendliest way possible. Like, not try to be like, stop, beast, but more like, hey, you know, if there's any way to calibrate the power like that.
You can,
Maybe
yeah,
not.
that can be your intent, but it is still direct manipulation of like of biokinetic machinery. So yeah, its locomotion is stalled. It's going to spend its action attempting to resist your ability, which I'm going to roll to see if it does or not. It does not. It actually, yeah, it vibrates and wiggles and attempts to like manifest like longer these translucent proboscis trying to reach for Frankie, but it can't get any purchase, and you've disrupted its inner control system too much. We have another PC.
I would like to go.
Sure.
And I'm going to be using the power velocity to take any small objects that are not nailed down and pummel the shit out of this thing.
Do it.
I'm making an attack.
It's just doing its job.
And I'm doing mine. This thing is galloping towards my lady. No, sorry. Hey, and the whole time, like Bramley's like, look, we've done this touchy over the telepathic link. We've done this touchy-feely bullshit all this time. I'm sorry. It's going
Shut up and kill it, Bram.
Maybe it just wants head rubs.
To make an attack,
get them in hell.
Power roll, is it Psytrade plus telekinesis?
Yes.
Okay. Then that is 60-10. Come on. Oh, okay, there we go. 3, one of those explodes. Oops. God damn it. 1d10. 3 plus 4. So that's 4 successes.
Okay.
Plus 1 enhancement for my favored aptitude, psychokinesis.
Mm-hmm.
And according to the power description, I have a pool of points equal to mode to purchase any of the following tags for this attack: automatic, brutal, deadly, piercing, or spread. I would like to do brutal, deadly, and piercing. I think each of those are 1.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you send out, like, you pick random stuff, random debris up, and skewer this thing. It like, its membranes pop. It starts to like lose its internal integrity. Like its hydraulic internal fluids. Yeah, hydrostatic fluids start going all over out. It is not dead, but it is leaking and a mess on the ground, and still like jiggling, trying to make its way towards Frankie.
I'll shoot it.
Okay, shoot it. Make that roll.
There go Mice's dreams of having an interesting mascot for Wonderroot.
Mice,
well, if it's stopping, I'll try and fix it. Oh my god, I failed completely. Well, we get another momentum.
All right.
Wait, what rounds are you using?
What do you mean?
What kind of weapon are you using, and what
Oh,
bullets?
my revolver. It was my dad's. He brought it up from Kentucky.
So
Yeah,
those aren't.
Yeah.
Well, so there's specifically ammo that is non-frangible, which means that it will scatter and break apart if it hits something delicate, like the side of a spaceship or otherwise pressure vessel wall. If you don't have that ammunition,
It's fine.
I didn't roll a 1.
Yeah, she did botch. It's fine. We'll move
Yeah, I
on.
just didn't get any successes.
All right, so I think that leaves Frankie's go.
Yeah. Frankie, who has gone later, kind of like pulls herself from the system and like goes, what, and like looks around and
Jack
sees
dog
this
coming
thing
towards you.
coming towards her and will draw her pistol and shoot it.
Okay, make an aim roll.
Just fuck that. I don't know what that thing is, but it needs to go on somewhere.
It's the sentient phosphorescent jello that was coming after you because you hacked into a system you weren't supposed to.
I didn't hack
Kind of
a
picturing the wig
system.
monsters from John Dies at the end.
2 successes.
Yeah, you're
Wait,
able. Yeah, you put one into it. That seems to be all it needed to have happen, and it just completely loses its integrity and is a sort of protoplasmic stain on the ground.
Could have been a friend, but now
yeah.
it's a stain.
That presence is still regarding you.
So Frankie kind of like has her gun in one hand and her other hand on the terminal and just kind of like looks over and she's like, "What was that?" And
Does
I'm going to try and reach out telepathically to the presence.
Go ahead and make a roll for mind speak.
All right. That's just psi plus
telepathy.
Yeah.
What was your highest telepathy mode?
1.
Yeah.
So that's 4d10. Come on. Anything. 1 success.
You are confronted with an absolutely alien mind. You cannot parse anything like thought. It's organized in a way that it does not correspond with the way humans think in any way, shape, or being. The only actionable experience that you gain from this is a sense of overwhelming terror.
Like Bram feels terrified, or Bram senses the other thing is terrified?
The other thing is terrified.
Well, he's doing that. I'm gonna poke at that thing and turn on my Carillion eye, and I don't know, try to get an idea of what it is. Was this something made like the way my, the way our biotechnology is made, or was this some other kind of thing?
I mean, your Carillion eye would let you know that it did.
It did. Okay, I didn't know if that gave me any other information.
But you could roll like a medicine or a technology roll.
Yeah, I'll do a medicine roll. I'm kind of poking it with my foot.
Out of play, we don't know what Chin look like, correct?
No, not
of their biosuits.
Not out of their biosuits.
Okay.
Do we know what chromatics look like?
Yes, you know what chromatics look like, and they do not look anything like this.
Okay. They look like lizard frogs, right?
Okay.
Yeah. 2 successes.
Yep.
Yeah, like looking at it, the best you can tell that this was a piece of biotechnology. However, it did not. So, biotechnology follows floral and fauna patterns. Like,
so they might still have like a brain and stuff like that I would recognize.
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm saying human technology follows flora and patterns. At a certain point, you can eventually like look at something and figure out, oh, this thing was based off of a lotus flower.
Mm-hmm.
You have no idea what this might have been based off of.
I see.
It doesn't. Yeah, it looks constructed or like grown, but it doesn't follow any kind of pattern of any sort of terrestrial-based life form.
I go ahead and take some pictures of it.
Sure.
Just in case I can never figure anything out later. Like I'm pretty careful not to touch it directly because I don't know what
that
this
might
thing
be a bad
was.
idea. That might be a bad idea.
So I'm just kind
of. Is there any actual mechanical stuff in the pile of goo, or is it just goo?
You can see like remnants of bladders and things that once contained fluid, but now it's just sort of like perforated sacks.
Are we still in initiative order, or
no? There's nothing coming for you.
Okay. I would like to do the equivalent of blindly groping, the telepathic equivalent of blindly groping behind me until my psychic hand hits Mice's psychic face, just so I can connect him to this thing. Because if there's anyone amongst us who can understand an alien mind, it's the one who's done the most drugs. So I'm just trying to keep contact with this thing while also reaching by its
yeah, I mean that will give you an enhancement if you wish to also use mind speak.
Well, mostly I want to try and connect him.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying if Mice wishes to connect to this thing,
gotcha.
he would gain they would gain an enhancement to doing so.
Yeah, let's go for it. Let's do it. I love this plan.
Probably fine.
So
are you connecting me, or do I have to roll?
You would have to roll, but you have an enhancement from Bram's psychic pawing.
2.
Yeah. Did you roll 2, or is that with the enhancement?
That's 1 plus 1 enhancement.
Okay. So yeah, incredibly alien thoughts, things that don't make any degree of sense. You feel it's vast. The mind itself is vast and powerful, but you also get that acid in the back of your mouth sympathetic terror.
Can I think at it?
Yes, but you have no feedback from doing so.
Again, this is relying solely on whatever modicum of empathy might apply here. I'm going to try and, remembering how the creature moved, the best approximation I can think of its locomotion, of its phosphorescence, of all of that stuff. I'm going to try and think that at the presence, almost approaching it like, how would I, if I were making this into a piece of hollow art, how would I design it? What vectors would I have to manipulate? What light would I have to do? And then trying to put my own spin on it to kind of do almost like when you're communicating with non-threatening hand gestures to someone who doesn't speak your language at all,
right.
That kind of projection.
Go ahead and make an empathy roll for me to try and in a step think your way through that kind of
dance,
yeah.
All right. That's pretty reasonable. That is 5.
What put into words what you're trying to say to this thing.
You don't need to be scared of us.
I need to make a roll for it.
If it seems more agitated after this, just like immediately backing off. Otherwise, we'll see how it goes.
You did just kill my friend. Actually, I have no idea. But...
I didn't kill it. I just froze it in place so that everyone else could kill it.
I mean, let's be honest. It's not so much its friend. It was more like a hammer.
Yeah. It was more like one of those boxing gloves that just kind of springs out.
All of you hear, in a very sort of synesthesia kind of way, light, which communicates a desire for you to open your minds to it, to its investigation.
I would like to turn on my alertness to see how much that is likely to be in immediate danger.
Okay.
Do I even feel this?
Yes. You feel this sort of blast of synesthetic, like there is light inside your mind that you are able to parse as a query to open up your minds.
How pretty is the light?
It is intense more than it is beautiful.
I have 3 successes on the awareness. I'm not sure if that matters for that one.
It doesn't seem immediately dangerous. Like you sense there's nothing hostile about this. It is asking. I'm not. Yeah, not that. Yeah. You don't.
Yeah,
You sense.
Mice is gonna.
I think it's all right. Fuck it, and I just go ahead and.
Mice is like, let's do it.
Okay. Yeah.
Taking a cue from Frankie.
This is fairly easy for the telepaths to figure out how to do.
Frankie's like, what is that? You? What is going on?
Whatever sent that wants to talk to us.
That's not talking. That's a light show.
Precisely.
It's very provincial thinking.
It's completely
trying to figure out how to let it in.
It's like completely alien.
And it wants to get in my head?
I mean, I'm not fine with it getting into everybody's, but I can let it into mine.
There's sort of another pulse of light that essentially is asking for consent.
I'll say yes.
Mice pulses back.
Frankie's like, no, I don't know you.
Okay. The 3 of you who provide consent are flooded. You feel like this intense sense of regard. And then you are flooded with imagery of you see kind of like this sea of people, like a crowded Luna street. And then like your inner senses open up and you see in the crowd 3 coiled up projections of light in 3 people. And you see you see an occasion where one of the coiled up light things jumps from one person to another person. And you feel intense sympathetic suspicion of Frankie. And we're going to take a break.
Okay.
What is going on?
And we are back. So, when last we left, the syads of the group had opened up their minds to a consensual sharing of telepathic information in which they saw coiled figures of light inside people somewhere on Luna. You saw one coiled figure jump from one person to another, and then a feeling of intense suspicion levied against Frankie, sort of sympathetically mirrored in you.
Frankie, whatever it is, it's suspicious of you, probably because you're looking at what's happening, which I guess this thing did. That's all I got. Talking to it might be worthwhile.
What, you want me to let it in my head?
Yeah,
It ain't doing nothing bad.
Yes.
Right now, it's suspicious of you and a bit afraid, and I think, and whatever it is, maybe if we can show it a little trust, we can make some inroads with understanding each other.
Y'all are talking to it?
You're the one it's suspicious of. You're the one that was looking at stuff that I think made it nervous.
What, is it the one that fucked with the code?
I don't know.
Or maybe
You know
just
more than I
because
do right now.
maybe because Frankie pulls into other realities or whatever. Maybe it doesn't like people that do that.
Y'all want me to leave?
No.
No, I want you to reassure it.
She kind of
Yes.
like puts her gun away and then kind of like holds up her hands like, I'm not here to hurt you.
I don't think that's going to do the trick.
Those of you who have entered into a mind link with this thing, which is what you've done, just feel this like welling of apprehension, and it's a feeling of, it's an equal feeling of invitation and challenge, and then you begin to feel the presence retreat.
Does it feel like we can follow it?
If Mycelian would like to roll Psi plus Technokinesis.
I absolutely want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
1.
So yeah, you feel it start to retreat, and then it very rapidly retreats. And in the last moments before the mental connection drops, you feel its path of retreat. It is going. You feel its presence retreat into like the big servers that are like back further into the facility, where you think the game server is being run. And then there's this kind of like psychic static that washes over the three of you, and you lose all perception or connection to it.
Well, that was. Did we offend it? I don't know.
If you'd like to give me an empathy roll.
May I as well?
Sure, yeah. Anyone who wants to.
Yeah. Would a specialty in group dynamics apply here?
No.
It's worth asking. I mean, we're throwing around specialties tonight. So.
The spawning lies count here.
No. Okay. Yeah, you think about its reactions. You think of that sensation of invitation and challenge, and you kind of interpret that as, if you want to talk, come talk to where I'm protected.
I mean,
and there is that sort of like that very wary thing. Like you get the sensation that some degree of trust was earned with it, but for some reason, maybe the obvious reason, maybe a less obvious reason, the fact that there was suspicion levied at Frankie.
I do kind of want to go talk to them. I'm not sure if the invitation was for all of us or if Frankie should stay behind.
But does talking to them entail entering that simulation or whatever?
Oh, I thought maybe go physically where they are, but maybe go into the simulation.
That
I mean, to go into that weird ass world?
No, I actually said not you, but
okay, good, because I don't want to go into that weird ass world. I don't want to get hijacked into some video game forever.
I definitely want to check out that weird ass world, but I also don't want to get hijacked forever.
Good, then I'll stay on the outside and I'll watch you all.
Did it feel to you like it was going into the game or like it was going to a physical place? Nice.
Yes. Like it went in a direction where the game also is.
Well, if this is a thing that messed with the code of the game, like it just generated code. That's why we had all the errors that popped up. That's probably why, Chewy, you have what you do and didn't know that you were possible. It's because it messed with your code.
Is she still frozen, by the way?
She has started to move.
So, do we go into the game or do we try to find physically where to go? But I guess you're right about probably jacking into playing the game with them.
Can we actually get to the room where the servers are? I mean, can I tell like how far away it is, how we might navigate there?
Yeah, you feel like you would be able to get there. Like it's within your range of like technically you could reach out and try and access it yourself. But
this feels unwise.
But that also like triggers, like when you start doing that, you also get that this thing runs off rancid bacon grease sense.
Does my alertness because I think it also tells with people around me, does it ping that that's a danger if he's about to do that?
No, that's too hypothetical.
Gotcha.
In terms of yeah, you'd have to use a different clairsentient power to figure that out.
Yeah.
Mice will not be sticking their hands into any rancid bacon grease. Don't worry.
So I will remind you of something, that the only way that you guys are aware of how to get into this simulation is that the 5 people in the chair all have implants, like hard tech implants into their brains. And that's how they are connected to it. I will also remind you guys that panel that opened up where the thing came out of, there is a crawl space behind it.
Oh, yeah. Let's start. I'll look in here. I just gotta poke my head through.
I'll feel
great
down.
If we find just sorry.
No, go
ahead. So Hannah, are you just diving in or
yep.
Okay, yeah.
Checking it out. Nothing's come out of it trying to kill us yet, so besides that thing, whatever that was.
Give me an athletics roll.
Okay. Dexterity?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. I have no athletics. You have a little bit of dexterity. Kind of a weak baby. Actually, roll pretty good. That is 3 successes.
Yeah, so this is very tight, and it's not built for people to come through. Like this is like a cabling tunnel essentially. Like it's it probably if something were to come into this, it would be a drone of some sort. So this is not built for people. Mm-hmm. But you are able to like navigate, squeeze yourself through a little bit, pull yourself into another space that is not at all lit. And yeah, like you can like pull up, you can have like your mini comp start to build some light. And it's a very small room, maybe like kind of a walk-in closet sized room.
Are we still in the mine?
Yeah. with each other.
Okay, yeah, I'm put the if we can do images over it, I just kind of show you the small room I'm in. But yeah, I look around.
The only thing that doesn't seem like it belongs here is kind of this. It looks very similar in kind of makeup to the little beast thing that came out in terms of like it's very membranous and like amoeba like. But there is kind of like this protoplasmic sac that seems to be spliced into a network junction.
Interesting. I relay that information. As I also come closer to it. I do not physically poke this though. What y'all thinking? I don't know if this is the whatever was just talking to us, or if this is just how it's interfacing with the system. I guess would be the second one. Or the latter. I
I'll
forget
try to
which.
ping using Hannah as a waypoint. I'll try to ping that mass of tissue with telepathy.
There's absolutely no thoughts going on in that in it.
That's not where it lives. No.
All right, it's probably just how it interfaces with the system. Then I'm gonna guess. I take some. I do go ahead and take some pictures.
Sure.
Of this as well. Just tell my biocomp to keep those secure.
Is it possible to assess from the images that Hannah is sending, like what the purpose of that, like what part of the system is it connected to?
Give me a technology roll.
I can try to help you if you like.
Yeah, you can
feel free. I actually have hefty dice for this, so maybe this will go well.
I do not help.
I
needed help because I did not get any successes.
Fuck if you know. It's a sack of protoplasm on a network switch.
Well.
It just sounds like the title of like a Tales from IT posting on Reddit. I found this sack of protoplasm in the server closet.
But you do get some momentum for that.
Yay.
Well, if there's nothing else of interest in here, I'm gonna work my way back out because this place is a little narrow.
Just a tad.
How's Chewy doing?
That would be a real bad time to realize I'm claustrophobic, right, guys? I'm kind of halfway back.
Nice. She's okay. Like she's not like moving around or talking. She's just more kind of like standing there, slightly glitching, blinking every now and then.
Looking back at you guys think that whoever that was, froze her, or is she just still having herself a hard think?
Don't know. Chewy, can you hear me? Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay.
All right.
How? You okay? Are you good?
I tried to access the details on the last update, but I'm still processing that query.
Okay, thanks, Chewy. It's hard for us to tell sometimes, and when you're thinking on stuff if you're all right or not, because well, we work different.
I'm not getting much from it. A lot of my data pathways are blocked or shut down regarding that.
Did you see what happened when while you were thinking? Did you see what was going on in this room? I kind of point to the on the floor, the pile on the floor.
Oh no. A little hatch opens and a little Roomba starts to come out.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I meant, well, do you know what
that's
is?
not
You know what
that's not sanitary.
You're right. It's not.
She says, "How'd that
Quite
get
the
in here?"
mystery.
The little Roomba starts to like HVAC up the goo.
That's an excellent question, Chewie. How did that
I
get in here?
I point to the hidden chamber. Know anything about that?
Kind of looks. That shouldn't be open.
I close it.
Well, the
is it up?
Yeah, the
The
panel
panel.
Oh, it
got
blew
like
it out.
blew out.
Right.
Like
Okay,
yeah.
it wasn't like a door slid open. It blam. Okay, gotcha. Well, so it would seem. I mean, do you know what's back there?
She says, yeah, that's secondary access to the into the player interface.
What would that be
Chewie?
used for?
Maintenance. If there was an error in the chairs, someone with an implant could directly wire in there.
So, have you seen any types of folks that don't look like humans around here before ever, Chewie, that you could tell us about? I'm kind of watching her closely now.
She says, I'm aware that humanity has made contact with alien races, but I have never registered an alien being in my in my area.
Okay, just curious.
Wondering in the game, maybe. Have you seen any non-humans
Oh, there are all sorts of fantasy creatures inside Terra Surge.
anything that looks like glowing prehensile gelatin?
Pause. There are a dozen mobs that fit that basic description.
Don't suppose you could pull out images of them.
Understand that the narrators have incredible procedural generation abilities.
Are there any creatures like that who have appeared since the last update?
No.
Frankie kind of thinks in her brain, mostly because she still doesn't understand the concepts of trying to like speak at people. She's like, so I don't know if you guys can hear me. I don't know how this works. So are we just not telling her about the fact that her code got fucked with by whatever the hell that was?
Up to you. I don't know.
You can tell her if you want, but I'm gonna have the breathing apparatus ready to.
Yeah, she kind of holds her life in her
just
hands
in case.
now, so you know.
Valen's
I'm trying real
like
hard not to make her nervous.
Pauses and she just sighs and she's like, so from what I can look at when I'm looking at the code here from the last update, something came in and changed it. Not someone from within, someone from outside just came and changed part of your code, like the code of here.
She blinks a little bit and says, that doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. And when I poked at it, that, she points to the stuff the Roomba's cleaning up, came out of there and got mad at me.
Well, then you probably shouldn't have been doing that.
But how are we supposed to know what happened to your code? This is what caused the glitches in the first place.
I don't know. Maybe mind your own fucking business. I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Well, you have to understand why our curiosity piqued, but we're not looking anymore, Chewie, so.
Frankie just kind of like pushes away from the cons. She's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm trying to fucking help someone and they don't fucking want my help, then fucking fine. And she starts walking over and just goes waits at the edge of the thing with her arms crossed, much like a pissed off teenager.
Telepathically, I'll on the network, like, look, she's not a person. This is what I mean, like, she's just a machine. She doesn't really, you can't like talk there like she's a person.
I think she
I
would
just
tell
don't
you
want
she's
to,
some kind. I
like,
think she would tell you she's the kind of person, Bram. She's a little more than our SIs, and they're something special. And they can be something more than just a machine on their own.
but
But
she's
I
like,
do agree, doesn't work like us. Anyway, so do we want to try to figure out how to out loud? Hey Chewy, is there a way we can try to play the game without having to be like jacked in forever like those guys? I'm kind of real interested in seeing what's going on in there.
She says, "This facility only supports the glass implant. Back when Terra Surge ran previously, there was a non-implant version of it, but those servers are not functioning to the best of my knowledge."
Do you think they were decommissioned or just turned off?
'Cause
Like, do they still exist?
I have
So we
very
can-
little knowledge of that. I only understand the basic history of it. This facility was built and initiated to keep things going.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
In
Just
the
trying.
sort of mind network, I'm gonna say, we need to either get into that room and look at how those people are connected and reverse engineer some kind of way to also connect without plugging in, or just get some kind of technical schematics or something to work with.
Hey Chewy, now that we've out loud, so I'm putting them because I'm
Mhm.
kind of over there. I'm like, get your breathers ready. Hey Chewy, now that we've established that we are not going to disconnect them without finding a way to make sure your charges are all right, would you mind if we go in that room and take a look at how they're connected? Help us see how we might be able to connect without the implant?
Certainly.
Oh,
There's
thank
a
God.
and a slight pressure change as that secret room opens up.
Yeah. Just a reminder that she does over the thing, like, just a reminder she doesn't need to kill us. And
You hear a very defiant, like angry teenager voice of, "I'm not getting an implant."
no one's asking you to, Frankie. It's fine. We're not. Well, all right, I'd go for it, but no one else. We don't need to do that. Probably. Hopefully.
Yeah, so I mean it's a fairly
I won't
decently
do that.
sized room. It has like those 5 kind of matrix chairs, all connected to sort of a central pylon. And there's these five old people with tubes and stuff going into all in every which way. And you examine a little bit, and you do see a little space in the back of their skull where there is like a thin fiber optic wire plugged in.
Just want to walk
Do we
around
know?
and just start examining and getting as much data as possible and like trying to figure out how these things work.
Do we know
Just
about
mechanically.
your psionic technology powers that Mice has?
I think you know about the first one, but not the ones that
If I know,
like
yeah.
I think you
Basically,
know.
do we know you have that at all? I couldn't remember.
Yes,
Okay.
because last time I tapped into a computer.
Right. I mean, oh, that's right. Yeah. Mice, could you just, log in without an implant? I mean, do you have that? Is that thing you can do?
I I can try, but I'd rather know how it works first.
Reasonable. No, just checking.
Yeah, if anyone wants to make a technology roll to re-examine these implants and the way that it's functioning.
Very yes.
I will try to help you again.
Yes. Let's see if it goes better than last time.
Oh, much better.
Yes, same here. All right.
But much better. I mean, I got 2, so get 2 enhancement from me.
All right. So 3 + 2 enhancement.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is just by like a cursory look at it and like, understanding kind of what it does and how it functions. This is insanely advanced technology. The level of it's so small, and yet it doesn't like take up a bunch of space in the brain, but it is a direct neural man-machine interface, which up until the advent of biotechnology, was something that humans has just stopped trying to do. For one thing, because it's incredibly hard to do unless you're a super intelligent Nova or aberrant, and two, it is illegal to do so because of the Shanghai Accords. This is an area of human technology that has not advanced since it was banned. And only now with biocomputers is anything like a man-machine interface possible. So it runs off of incredibly advanced technological principles that they not only don't teach in any kind of school, but is scrubbed from any kind of database or informational thing. So you get kind of what it does, but its operating principles would be incredibly difficult to recreate.
I will say,
if not
my
straight up impossible.
intention. Yeah, my intention, like ideally, what I would like to do is create just a regular computer-based interface for interacting with the game rather than an immersive biomechanical one. And I mean, any help that having the ahead of your time technology skill trick and the jury rigging technology specialty.
Yeah. The head of your time skill trick would probably definitely apply here.
Okay.
I'll let that ride if you want to spend the momentum for that. So yeah,
Permission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So you think that with a little bit of time and effort, you could build like a terminal that would hook up to a holo projector that would let you play the game as kind of a dummy user, essentially. Like it wouldn't be immersive, but you could with some basic haptics and some sort of rudimentary device control
the Middle Ages?
Yeah, exactly. Control the movements of a digital character within the system, but it would be like using a text interface to play a World of Warcraft. In terms of like the functionality or the ease of doing, like you could technically go north, use this ability, but things would be happening so fast and so quickly that it would not be a synchronous experience.
It's probably still preferable to getting outpatient surgery in order to play World of Warcraft.
Yes, but it would. This game is designed to be fully immersive, and you could get a window into it, but you couldn't. That would not be comparable to playing it.
I'm gonna think through all of this to the group. Like, what do we want to do?
Well, I don't think surgery's even on the table unless there's extra implants lying around.
Yeah, there's no looking around, like there's no like medical equipment here. There's no stack of implants.
Scott,
Mm-hmm.
we went to a medical facility that was around this era. That was down here.
You did.
Could I spend some inspiration and recall that there were some of them back in that other place? We have to go get them, but there are some implants over there.
I gotta look that up.
Oh, we're gonna die.
I do have increased implants. I'm good at having implants.
I'm not
just
going
to hunt around for some junk parts to build something.
Oh, yeah.
I need to look something up.
Before getting involved with Bang, I was a terminally online nerd, so.
You could say that, yeah, you did see a kind of mind machine brain interface at that area. It would be a hardtech device, not entirely compatible with this. It would be a much more. It would be essentially a bigger device than what they have in their heads. You might be able to jury rig it, but it would have to be implanted. You're dealing with two types of technology that are deeply incompatible with one another.
Would it be better than to spend my remaining inspiration, which is 3, and saying that actually there is 3 replacement ones that are actually here, house and facility, in case some of these went bad?
Man, we would be so illegal probably with those in us.
Yeah, I will say that you can that there is there are. I will say, yeah, if you want to say that there are, let's just make it logical. There are 5 replacements located somewhere in this facility. I'm going to stress here, all of this is going to require literal brain surgery.
I mean,
Find a
okay,
very
yeah, I'll
trustworthy
spend
brain
my
surgeon.
inspiration on that.
Okay, yeah, you can detect like.
Frankie kind of pauses a moment, and she's been sulking over by this corner. Like, she hasn't like come over to the group yet, but she's like listening to the mental chatter going on, and she just looks over and she's like, "Mice, check the 3rd file on the left."
Checking.
And that's where you're gonna find there's 5 replacements in case the ones in there go bad. You're welcome.
Oh, how about that?
I'll just crack open our heads and put this terribly illegal technology in them.
Yeah, if any of you were caught with any of this, you would go to jail forever.
Yeah.
I am not cracking my head open for nothing. But there, now you have your thing. So do whatever you need.
Here's the thing. I don't want to crack open my head because my head gives me amazing supernatural powers.
I'd do it in a heartbeat, but I don't know how to get that done, and also don't want to go to jail forever.
So wait, the thing on the other side of the little chamber was another means of accessing player, but there was weird biological stuff all over it, right?
Yeah, it looks like whatever that thing is jacked into it. Whatever's going on there.
I'm gonna go over there myself. Hang on, let me go and look.
Okay. Give me an athletics roll to crawl in.
I actually have athletics. I'll do dexterity athletics.
If you get terribly infected, we'll drag you to a doctor.
Do some brain surgery while you're there.
1, 2, 3. One of those explodes. 3 successes.
Yeah, you're able to crawl in just fine. And you pull up your light and you see what was described, what you saw through the pictures that Hannah took. This kind of like membranous amoebic thing kind of grafted into a network interface.
Oh, this is so stupid. I touched the amoeba thing.
Yay!
Okay. You touch it. Nothing happens directly. But Bram has never. Oh yeah, you have. You in fact have. You feel it very similar to the way when they hooked you up to the jump rings. Like you feel it like this is a piece of biotechnology that you could attune to and connect to.
I will relay that through the telepathic network.
Tell me more.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that.
Yeah.
Is this something I can do here?
Really, you're just gonna connect to it? You don't even know what it does. You're just gonna put your brain in it?
Yeah, do it, Bram.
No, it's formatting biotech. It's not like,
All I'm saying is the next time I go off and do something stupid, no one gets to yell at me.
Bram doesn't get to yell at you. The rest of us still can, right?
I don't get to yell at it anyway, but sure.
Don't ruin the negotiations.
So yeah, you are able to spend a moment and you attune to it. And like you also feel like you feel connected to it. Like it becomes a part of your thing, and you feel sort of this basic functionality to it. But it also feels very strange, like that sort of light synesthesia communication starts like flooding into your brain. Like the longer and longer you get connected to it, you also feel like there is a deeper level of connection to it, i.e., you would have to format to it, which normally that requires like going to the space Apple store and like going through a procedure like you had to do with the jump rings. Like it's a process that you go through, but like you sensed like you could command it to do so, but you're also like starting to lose a bit of consciousness. Your time is slipping because this intense alien light language is starting to overwhelm your brain. Give me a stamina roll.
Okay. 2 dice. That is a failure, but not a botch.
Okay, so those of you in the mind link feel you feel the mind link go down, and you hear off in the distance a thump as you are taken out, Bram. You're unconscious.
Okay.
Oh,
I immediately start squirming my way in after him to go try to help him. Another athletics roll.
You know how to get in there.
Okay.
You figured it out.
Once I get to him, I kind of make sure he's no longer touching the thing. And,
yeah, his hand is still in it, and like a little bit of blood is starting to come down his.
Yep. And I'll go ahead and
like, but when I say like literally like up to his second knuckle was like pierced through the membrane.
I will try. Yeah, like I said, I'll just grab his wrist and try to pull him away.
Yeah, swarp. But yeah, he's still unconscious.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm just going to go ahead and do I guess I should do a medicine roll to see how he's doing, but I was just gonna, or unless you think it's can I just go ahead and apply mending to him, even if I don't necessarily know what the injury is?
You can do that, yes.
Yes, I'm going to do that.
I mean, with your Carillion eye, I will say like you can like mechanically he has the taken out condition. He does like, but that's bypassed all of the all of like he's of all of his normal health levels. So
right. I think let's see. Sorry, I'm looking at the spend side points instead of successes if I need to, and healing is 1 round per condition cured. So I guess I can just try to cure the taken out condition with it.
You can.
Four successes, so that should be enough to do it, and also to succeed at it, and also
yeah. So you are able to like wash away this like mental static that has essentially like shut off his consciousness temporarily, and like you wash that away, and Bram, you come back into consciousness.
Well, hey man, you all right? I mean, I know you are, but so what happened?
I could connect to it if I wanted to. Like if I could like format to it if I wanted.
Oh, just like directly?
Yeah, like it can do it. I don't gotta go nowhere.
So,
why am I on the ground?
I don't know. You just went unconscious. We felt the mind link go down, and I came in, and you were lying on the ground.
Is he okay?
He's fine. He's awake.
Jeez, I didn't realize. I was just like thinking, or here. I'm sorry. It's there's a lot of like lights and sounds and stuff all kind of happening at once.
Oh, when you were connected to it?
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense if it's that same, if it's biotech from whatever strange, whatever kind of alien this is that made this. I guess it would be kind of weird. I wonder if
I want to see if I can format to this thing.
Yeah, try again. I'll if you go unconscious again, I guess I can. As long as it doesn't do more damage on repeat try, and try to revive you.
Yeah, just pull me
Got
back.
a little bit more that in me.
All right.
All right, so you're gonna try again.
Press up against the wall to try to avoid contact with him and the thing.
And yeah, I'll contact it with the intention of trying to start the format as soon as I can.
Okay, give me another stamina roll.
Do we have any momentum left?
We have one or two.
This show's 5.
Yeah, you guys did some fails.
Oh, that's
we have
true.
some fails.
Use fails. Yeah, use a bunch of it, man.
3.
Yeah, go for it. I think.
Cool. Are we good with me using 3 to get my dice pool up for 5?
Do it.
All right. 110. So, and another 10. That's 2 successes. And a 2. So 2 successes.
Okay, so you reach down and connect to it, and you access that the what you believe is the format command. Hannah, your Curlian eye sees you see that static start to build up.
I'm gonna.
And then he slips in, and then his brain functions start to change, completely change, and he goes slack. But your senses tell you that there's nothing wrong with him, but his consciousness has just completely shifted.
I just call back out through the crawl space. All right, I guess he's connected, so I don't think we can talk to him right now.
Is that a good thing? That doesn't seem like a good thing.
What? It's fine, Frankie. Fucking shit. You just hear me. I kind of cuts it a little.
Inside. Excuse me. I need to get a drink of water real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. Now it's time for us to take over the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen.
I was supposed to start making jokes about conspiracy theories and stuff, but it's just not funny anymore.
That's the one thing that I'm going to hate these motherfuckers the most for. Conspiracy theories used to be fun. They used to be fun little things that happened.
Nice.
That we could all get high and talk about how
what if the moon is hollow and full of Nazis?
Nazis were on the moon, and maybe there was this thing called Lemuria at one point, or Moon, or
Lemuria.
Anyway, Bram is currently experiencing the most elaborate, expansive, mind-blowing video game intro cutscene ever. The camera is sweeping over this vast fantasy world. You're seeing all these fantasy races fighting, living in these doing commerce amongst each other. It goes on for where's the skip button? Like it's really cool, but like they really put a lot of production value into this, and there's no skip button here.
It's like the Old Testament of Skyrim.
Yeah, kind of. But eventually you get it, the camera pans up over this big plateau where there is like this roiling storm, and it says, "Welcome to Terra Surge," and create new character is the option, or options, or quit.
I'll go to options. You see what I'm working with here?
Yeah. There's
cheat mode.
Yeah, no. Like there's like there are actually a large degree of options of like how do you want your user interface to be set up? Do you want the chat window up? Like it is like to what degree do you wish to feel pain?
Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
I mean, is that like a philosophical question? Like
no, there's a slider.
Oh, that's the test. It's like getting stabbed.
Yeah, just a little dude.
It comes out.
Yeah, I mean there is like pages upon pages of like how do you wish to experience this world?
Okay. I'll leave the defaults as they are. And I will experimentally hit quit.
You quit, the world recedes away and you wake up.
So
it's like taking your pulse and
right.
Probably like have your eyes peeled open.
Whoa.
How was it?
Cinematic. A really good intro, but yeah, I got to the main menu. So good news is we can leave because that's what I did.
I'm really glad because I think Frankie would probably crawl in here and stab me if I had to tell her that you were stuck in there.
Hey, Frankie, baby.
Are you dead?
No. You mad at me?
Yes.
Love you.
Yeah, I love you too, and I'm real irritated.
Love you. Look.
She just continues to sulk in her corner.
Look, we know we have a way to communicate now with this. We have a way now that we can. So many ideas. Like, do my powers still work inside the game? If not telekinesis, then at least telepathy. Like, oof. Anyway, would that be an advantage? Could we even do that? Is my brain still connected? What is?
The question I have is, can more than one of us could format with that thing at the same time, so we could have multiple of us playing in there together?
That's a good question. It kind of takes a lot out of me. Like, it's not easy to do, but I don't know. I don't know if that's just me or not, but no. What happened to me physically?
You just looked like you were unconscious.
Okay, so like,
I mean, you were fine. I could tell you. Well, also your brain got kind of different, but it was fine. I could tell you weren't like being hurt or anything. But I'm not a neurologist. I can't tell you all of it.
Well, I think this is how we can do it. I am not comfortable cracking my skull open.
No, also, again, jail forever.
I mean, Hannah, I've done a lot of illegal things in my life. I hope you understand.
Okay, yeah, but if you're walking around with that implant in you and somebody scans you like they do at lots of places, I think you get noticed.
Oh, that's very true. But I'm just saying,
it's a moot point. Nobody's cracking their head open today. I mean, unless like somebody like tries to.
I'm glad we can all agree on this.
I don't even know why we're fighting. So, do you want to try to see if both of us can connect to it, or get somebody else in here?
Mine's getting ass in here.
Is there room? Oh god, it's so tight in here.
So, yeah, I don't know if all four of us would fit, but the entire time this has been going on, Mice has been, deeply analyzing the spare implants that Frankie pointed out to try and figure out how to incorporate that into a jury-rigged system.
Give me a technology roll.
Awesome. Do things apply?
Yeah, you're ahead of their time would definitely apply.
Is that just an extra die, or is that the skill trick?
That is a skill trick, so it does what the skill trick says it does.
Okay. Let me see. I actually did pull it up, but I forget. Oh, it's actually when crafting a new invention, reduce the number of milestones needed by 1.
Okay.
So it's...
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you want to be like trying to jury rig, then that would definitely, it would apply, but.
Okay. Well, that's a pretty good start. That's a 9 and 2 10s. So 4 successes plus 1 enhancement.
Okay. Yeah, you start tinkering it away with this, and you you start the process. Like, you think, like, if you had some sort of it's designed to go into a human brain. So you think, like, if you maybe had a piece of biotech that could function as a human brain without being, like, too psionically active, because there'd be definitely some interference with the sort of the quantum wavelength that it operates on, and, like, something psychically powerful. But you start building an idea of what could bridge the gap. So you do make one milestone on it. You would need, like, access to a biotech lab to actually start building this thing out, which is not the easiest thing in the world to do. Like, the quickest way that you could get access to sort of that sort of thing would be, like, in a university lab, which, given your connections, you may be able to scam your way into. But you would need,
and Mice
like,
does also have the BioWare.
Yeah, you would need tools and materials and things that you don't have in this underground facility to start the process of building an interface between that. In the meantime, Bram and Hannah are trying to connect to it at the same time?
No, I was going to.
Probably not.
I was calling for Mice and I'll say, look, I'd much rather you be here, like, awake in case anything goes wrong medically. That's why I'm calling. Mice, come on, man.
Well, now I know how Frankie feels.
Mice's face, like, kind of appears in the aperture at the end of the crawl space.
I need you to stick a hand inside of a membrane. You think you can do that?
Is it glowing?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bioluminescence.
Might not be up to your usual standards, but
if there's one thing I've learned to sacrifice in my life, it's standards.
Look, if this works,
Mice crawled in.
We'll do it with all three of us. Frankie can stay out here and, hold up an electromagnetic shotgun to whatever seems most important.
You two go first. I'll pick up the pieces if anybody goes unconscious again, and maybe I can try if it is able to accept more than one connection at the same time.
Plus, this gives me the chance to try a little experiment and see if I can communicate telepathically with either you, Mice, or with you, Hannah.
All right.
You ready?
Yep. You can. When you put your hand into it, it is all of that static seems to have been cleared up now that you're formatted to it. Yeah, exactly.
Mice is gonna poke it with light first before sticking a hand in, just to see if it responds.
So are you, like, using? Are you trying to generate light psychically, or are you using your tools?
No, just the hollow BioWare hand.
The light goes into it a little bit, but it seems like the inner goo is not super refractive or doesn't have much of an albedo.
All right. Mice is like, not the weirdest thing I've done this week.
You start to feel that sensation of connection and like the capacity to attune to and then to format instigate the format command to it. There is a lot of that light and static, but your mind seems to be a lot more resilient and agile to this. So make me a stamina roll with +2 enhancement.
Right.
Winners do drugs.
Shitty stamina. So. All right. 1 success +2 enhancement.
Okay, yeah, you are able to initiate the format command. Once very similar to the time that Bram did it, Hannah. There's a little bit of mental static, and then it gets overcome. Bram, you now that you have gone through the cutscene once, the skip cutscene option comes up. But Mice, you are stuck. You are stuck in the so many thousands of dollars went into this cutscene for a good couple of minutes.
Well, seeing that it's worked for them, I am I'm gonna think about it. I'm like, well, and I want to actually I'm gonna try to activate accelerate on myself because it lets you give resistance to or it gives you enhancement to resisting mental trauma.
Okay.
First, and then I am going to also try to connect.
I do have another experiment I want to try after schlorping out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll give myself 3 enhancements, so hopefully I'll make at least 1 success on my terrible stamina roll. All right, Frankie, if you hear a thump, I guess drag me away and wait till they come out. I don't know.
What?
I'm going to try to connect to. I'm going to stick my hand in the goo as well and see if it'll accept another person.
Ugh, people.
So it's like we're all cramming into a phone booth.
Yep.
It's a fairly large walk-in closet. Like it's not luxurious, but you can fit around the thing.
So yeah, do I need to roll? Do you want
Yeah,
me to
you
roll
need to
stamina
roll
as well?
stamina
Yep.
to format to it.
May I use my momentum?
Go ahead.
Yes.
All right, 3 dice. Let's see. Woo! 0 successes and a 1.
Oh shit. Yeah, you are taken out as this mental static just sort of overwhelms you. You make a yeep sound and are on the ground. Mice, you get to the welcome to Terra Surge new character options quit screen.
I'm gonna poke around a bit, but then also kind of just be like, Bram, can you hear me?
You like focus on that part of yourself that accesses telepathy and like the other thoughts, and there's just quiet.
Okay. I'll poke around the options. I'll do what Bram did, like poke around on the options menu and then quit.
But first of all, so Frankie, you hear a yeep from inside the thing. What are you doing?
I'm gonna go figure out the hell just happened.
Okay, give me an athletics roll.
Oh, balls. Wait, I have athletics. Do I have athletics? I do have a point in athletics. Go me. Good job, me.
Sure.
Ah.
I just realized that I didn't make an athletics roll, but Mice is also very small, so
yeah.
That would be 2 successes.
Yeah, you're able to snake your way in there just fine. And you see Bram and Mice just sort of slack-jawed with their hands in goo, and Hannah has her hand is still connected to the thing, but she is like twitching and not responding well. There's some blood coming out of her nose.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull Hannah out.
She's still unconscious, but she stopped twitching.
Cool. I'm gonna kind of pull her out, and do I have medicine?
Oh,
that a
you know, I
thing?
have my med kit, my first aid kit on me for whatever good that might do.
She kind of like looks over and what's your personal computer called?
Oh,
Your
my
comm
biocomp.
thing? Yeah.
You've never heard me address it by name. It's just in my, it's in my wrist, but
She kind of she's like, all right, Hannah's biocomp. I don't know how to do first aid, but your girl's bleeding.
It doesn't respond to you.
Well, fuck. Okay, stop bleeding, she kind of says, and then she's like, fuck.
Thanks, I'm cured.
I'm going to attempt to help her out.
Okay, that will be a medicine roll.
I will use my cunning. 3 and my 1. And my 4 dice. Actually, I don't have any medicine. I have 3 dice. 1.
Yeah, if you can use her Hannah's trauma kit or first aid kit to give yourself 2 enhancement.
So that's 1 with 2 enhancement.
Okay, so that is enough. You are still under the taken out condition, but you are barely conscious. Like you are aware that your mind is in a great deal of turmoil, but you're able to open your eyes and become aware of your situation, Hannah.
Which is Frankie in your face yelling at you to stop bleeding.
Okay, I'm stopping bleeding. Please don't. Is there coffee? Ugh.
No, there's not coffee. We're in some fucking hellscape.
Oh, right. Oh, right. Hellscape. Ah, dang it.
What the
That
hell
didn't
did you do?
I just wanted to play too. That thing is packs a wallop. I don't think I was ready.
What?
And at this point, that mice comes out of it. What about Bram? What are you doing inside the system?
I'm gonna start making a character.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I try a thing?
Sure. Yeah. Try a thing.
I want to try and use not telepathy. Well, maybe it is telepathy. Whatever I did to communicate in the other universe that ended up not happening with the people that were in the chairs, where like I couldn't, actually see the game, but I could communicate with them.
That was telepathy that you used.
It was okay. I couldn't remember if it was. So I guess was it just mind speak then?
Yeah, mind speak.
I'm gonna try mind speaking with Bram.
Okay. You are able. When you come out of it, that sort of like eerie mental quietness goes away, and Bram, as you're sort of scrolling through the character creation options, you start to hear kind of like echoey distant, but you hear Mice's voice coming to
Bram.
None of these hand options look good. Mice?
Bram.
Mice.
Can you hear me?
Mice.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. How's it going?
It's going. What are you doing? I'm trying to decide between there's too many options, really. No. Ooh, I like that one. No.
Are you making a character?
Maybe. What's the two of you? Where's Hannah?
Hannah is bleeding from her nose, but she's good. She's cool.
Yeah. Well, I guess good news that you can wait. Are you still connected?
No, I jumped out. I'm talking at you with my brain.
So hang on. Let me try to use telepathy to contact Frankie.
You are confronted with a mental quietness when you try and reach out.
Shit. Yeah, I can't get out to talk to nobody. So, oh boy, this is weird.
Just before you make a character and maybe get stuck with your hand in a ball of goo until we figure out how to get you out, maybe let's have a confab before you get that far.
Yeah, I suppose.
Can you go anyone right now?
Yeah, I'll hop out. Give me a sec. Quit.
Slurp.
Yeah, you pop out of the system, and all
You
4 of
all
your
need showers.
I barely touched the goo.
You have blood everywhere, ma'am.
I think that's
Wow,
attractive.
there's a lot of blood. You okay?
I'm fine.
Can you de-blood yourself? Are you with your thing that you do?
you
Can
can
we focus
try.
on what's important here,
There
not my
are
blood?
just baths.
Sorry,
You
what was
can't
that?
just take a bath.
You can attempt to use mending to take the taken out character on yourself.
Oh,
there
I
will,
can?
there
Cool.
will be an enhanced difficulty to
Sure.
do so. But hey, you're a Vitakinetic, so why the hell not?
Yeah, I've got enough stuff for that. Cool. Yeah, I wasn't sure if taken out was active, if any actions could be done.
I mean, normally taken out happens when you've taken a lot of damage, but there are
Right,
certain things that can
in-
bypass it and make it happen. But
Indeed.
you're physically healthy, but like there's just a lot of like mental static. But you also are a Vitakinetic and are capable of pushing past that stuff. So why not?
Super glad I rolled some successes because I also rolled
Hey.
several ones, but I got 3 successes.
Okay, yeah. You're able to clear the taken out condition. You probably need to spend a couple of whatever the difference is in psi points to get you the full way there. But yeah, you clear your head and like that vital energy starts to flowing back through you, and you come out of it fully.
That was annoying. No, I can't just like get the blood off of me, but I got enough. It's fine. It's fine. I'll just be a little bloody.
You doing okay?
Yes. How was it?
I mean, I was just looking at the menu. It was this long opening though.
Yeah.
Go try again. I'll pull you back out again.
If I try again, you're gonna have to like drag me home.
Yeah.
You're cool.
Go try again.
I will go. Well, how are we on momentum right now?
Well, you failed, so
That is true. So you would get more. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you botched.
Yeah, you botched, so you have two more. So you can spend up to 3. So
All right.
yeah, go for it.
I'll try again. I will use 2, so we have 1 left if we need it. If that's cool with everybody.
That's fine.
All right. Ah, much better. 1 success.
yeah, you're able to push your way back into that, overcoming that mental static, and you are caught in a cutscene.
It's delighted.
Yeah, and it might be a few minutes. That opening lasted quite a while.
Is she twitching?
No, she's sort of like she's not twitching at all. She's just sort of unconscious. She appears to be unconscious.
Okay.
You want to try, Frankie? Or
No.
No,
I don't blame
no. We need someone to be out.
So I can
So-
pull you guys from the goo if shit goes bad.
Exactly. We ready to try this, mice?
Still
Go,
not
I'm here.
100% on board, but I'd almost rather stay out and just kind of talk to you while you're in there, since now I know I can do that, at least for the time being.
Fine. And hey, if we need backup, then we'll ask you for help.
Yeah, I can keep trying to build another interface too while I'm out here.
And in case Cholula out there needs any maintenance, or you guys need to throw a rebreather on us, that's at least another pay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Well-
if you look at it this way, Mice, I mean, it might be a way for you to interact completely with Chewie.
I don't know. I'm still trying to get over the fact that she tried to kill us earlier today. I know it wasn't her fault and everything, but I feel like that's kind of burnished the shine on our relationship a little bit.
I'll lean over and give Frankie a quick kiss before I thrust my hand into the goo.
She just kind of like, she playfully swats at you and she's like, you need a shower before you touch me again. You're covered in that crap.
It's just on my hand, baby.
Not better.
Even the limit just conjures up is so delightful to me.
Nice. Okay, so the scenario is that Hannah and Bram are going into the game, while Mice and Frankie are staying out for the time being.
It's like,
Yeah, Frankie's not going in that shit.
All right. Well, now there is the long and arduous process of character creation that we will have to go through. But we will do that off stream, and we're going to end for tonight as you guys start making your way into the Artemis server of Terra Surge. So let's look at our XPs. Did anyone achieve a short-term aspiration this game?
no.
Yes.
I think so.
Let's look over these real quick.
Yes.
Sorry, guys.
I think I got 2.
I would say, Hannah, you did a big heal. You cleared a taken out.
Sweet. I did clear a taken out. That's true.
All right, so everyone gets an XP for every short-term aspiration they achieved this game, and then every
Hey.
player gets an additional short-term aspiration XP for everyone getting a short-term aspiration. No one achieved the long-term aspiration, which the only one left it would be Bram's. You did spend half of your available momentum, and you. I will say you guys achieved a story milestone, as well. So that would be 1 additional XP.
Do we get any as a baseline for attendance?
No, not for this game.
Okay, so everyone filled a short-term aspiration, spending half momentum, and story milestone.
Yeah.
Each are worth 1 point.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
Did everyone have fun tonight?
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Awesome, fantastic. We will be on this channel, Onyx Path channel, for the next game as well. For those of you watching. Also, next week is going to be the premiere of Aeon Varg Force Salvation, which is a pre-recorded game, but nonetheless very fun. Also going to be on the first 2 episodes of that are going to be on the Onyx Path channel. But all of these are going to go to the Simulacra Studios YouTube. Does anyone have anything they would like to plug?
Go ahead.
Well, I've got 2 quick things. If you're a World of Darkness player and you like Mage and/or you like Changeling, I just dropped a new book on the Storyteller's Vault, Paradigm Explored, Fairy Faith, which is all about mages who like to mage like they're changelings.
Ooh,
So there's that.
That sounds fun.
Um,
Look at that.
Yeah, it's been such a ride putting that together. Anyway, and then the other thing is, for anyone who will be in the Philadelphia area this weekend, I will be at PAX Unplugged for all 3 days. Got my badge ready to go.
Oh, hell
So-
yeah.
Hell
See
yeah.
you there, maybe.
I would like to go to another PAX. I've been to one PAX Unplugged and it was super fun, but that is something of a trek. Any of them are a trek for us.
Yeah.
Here in the Southeast. Anything else? Any plugs from anyone else?
Not so much a plug, but more wishing everyone the best of luck in these social media royals and storms. A lot of crazy stuff's going down. To give you an idea of when this was recorded, Kanye just got done being on Alex Jones. So
Forward to
that
that
was
knowledge fight.
apparently, a real shit show. So just love each other, take care of each other. Don't let these idiots think that. Don't let these idiots fool you into thinking that that they have numbers on us, because they sure as fuck don't.
Nope. Fuck all the Nazis. I mirror all those
But
statements. Anything from Diane?
I do, yeah. Also, this weekend, if you're not going to PAX Unplugged in the Southeast, Rise of the Founders is having um, another game this weekend, which is a Ball for LARP over at the Boy Scout camp in Quincy, Florida. So if you are in the Southeast and are interested in LARPing, there's a LARP this weekend.
Sounds fun as all get out. Anything from Murphy?
Boring life.
Okay. Well, I would like to definitely, first of all, plug Beyond Electric Dreams, which is the Story Path Nexus product around which a lot of this game is built. It is 4 copies away from going copper, so I would really hope that we can push that over that limit and validate me for my efforts and just general psychological well-being. Also, if you want to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/Simulacra Studios and become a patron. The most basic and awesome benefit of which is that you gain access to the private Discord server where you get first access to casting calls and can chat with these lovely players and all the other lovely players that have been part of Simulacra Studios games. I am currently still on Twitter at Simulacra RPGs, so if you want to communicate me via that way, that is possible, but who knows how that's going to shake out. So without any further ado, we will see everyone in 2 weeks, and we will experience the
Bye.
joy
Bye.
of Terra Surge. Good night, everybody.
Woo!
Good night.